Eagles have a lot of running backs. They have a lot of running backs. And the addition of Darren Sproles back to the Eagles, I think, affects Wendell Smallwood and Corey Clement the most. One of these two guys will be traded or cut before the season starts.
Still the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly. Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans.
Dallas still stinks.
Everybody, King Dingbat here, and I hope you're ready for Wednesday. I hope you're ready because camp is almost upon us. I am pumped. I cannot wait for football to get started. Now, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Me and my family was good. It was a nice, calm weekend. My wife's friend came with her family and was visiting, so we spent some time with them. That's why I really didn't do much this weekend, but it was nice. It was nice, you know. Things are going to pick up next week. Things are going to pick up and get busy, and I'm trying to take these next few days and just catch my breath and be ready, because once football starts, there's no stopping. You know, football is go all the time. I love it. Love it. Cannot wait for this season to begin. Now, we have a very interesting situation at the running back position. I mean, we really do, because as we all know, Friday the Eagles signed Darren Sproles. They brought him back for one more year, and this created a lot of gridlock at the running back position. And you know, I've been looking at the roster, trying to think about what they're going to do. And the way I see it, the Eagles are going to have to let somebody who we really like or are really used to go off this team, because I just don't think they have the numbers to keep Darren Sproles and some of these other running backs. So the Eagles got a lot of players and not a lot of spaces for the running back position. Here's how my depth chart works out going into training camp. I have Jordan Howard, number 1. Miles Sanders, number 2. I have Darren Sproles, number 3. I have Wendell Smallwood, number 4. Now, I have Wendell Smallwood above Corey Clement because Corey Clement was hurt last year. He didn't play a lot, and I thought Smallwood had his best year. So I have to put him at number 4. Now, I like Corey Clement more than I like Wendell Smallwood. I think Corey Clement's ceiling is higher. I think he could be one day a really good backup running back. I don't think he'll ever be a featured back, but I think he'll be a really good number 2. But I have to put him below Wendell Smallwood right now because Wendell Smallwood played last year and he's coming off injury. So Wendell Smallwood number 4, Corey Clement number 5. Number 6 I have Josh Adams. Then I have Boston Scott. Then my last guy is Darnell Pumphrey, and you can cut him. He stinks. He stinks. I don't want anything to do with him. I'm not a Pumphrey guy at all. He ain't making this team. Forget it. Get him out of there. He's gone, okay? He ain't making it. So that means that we have, 7 guys left? When you look at the rest of the guys and how many guys we have, I don't see how the Eagles keep more than 4 to 5 running backs. I don't think they're going to keep 5. But let's just say the Eagles decide, hey, you know what? We're going to keep 5 running backs. So you know it's going to be Howard, Sanders, Sproles. Okay, that means there's 2 spots open. Okay, and here's how I see it. I think you have to give Boston Scott one of those spots. I think he has to have one of those spots because he can play special teams. He can punt return. He can kickoff return. By everything we've heard about him all spring and all OTAs and everything, they love him at special teams. And I think that you have to keep him because of it. And look, Darren Sproles is older. They may not want to put him back for every single punt that they have. They don't want to put Deshaun Jackson back there either. So you're going to keep Boston Scott. So I think Howard's a lock, Sanders a lock, Sproles a lock. I don't think Sproles is being brought in and then would be cut. Now, there could be a situation where Sproles just comes in, he's slow, he looks old, and then him and the Eagles decide that it's good for him to retire. But I doubt that's going to happen. Most likely Sproles is going to make it. So that's 3 guys right there. And like I said, I think Boston Scott has to make this team because of his value on special teams. So That's 4 guys, and you have 1 guy left. You have 1 guy left between Wendell Smallwood, Corey Clement, and Josh Adams. Now, who's it going to be? That's the interesting question. Who's it going to be? Because those 3 guys, one of them is going to make this team. 2 of them are gone, in my opinion. Now, me personally, when I look at those 3 guys, I like Corey Clement the best. I like Corey Clement the best when he's healthy because I like what he can do in the passing game. Corey Clement, his rookie year, showed he can catch out of the backfield. He had many games, including the Super Bowl, where he came up big in the passing game. So I think Corey Clement is an all-around, probably the best back out of the 3 of those guys, out of him, Smallwood, and Josh Adams. And I really like what Josh Adams did last year. I think if I'm the Eagles, I would probably try to see if I could get Josh Adams back on that practice squad 1 more year and let him continue to develop. And then I would get Smallwood and Clement, and I would let them 2 guys battle it out, and I would probably try to trade one of them. And I think Corey Clement is the guy out of all of them who would have some sort of value in a trade. So I could see a situation where the Eagles trade Corey Clement, move on from him because they can get some sort of value, keep Wendell Smallwood, and then put Josh Adams, cut him and then bring him back on the practice squad if they can. They're going to have to battle this out at training camp. There's no way we can know who's going to win it now. But if you're going to keep 5 running backs, I think, like I said, one of them's going to be Boston Scott because of the special teams. At least that's how I'm seeing it going in. Now, if, let's say, a receiver, a Tompkins or somebody really takes over and wins that job, then maybe, there's the option to get rid of Boston Scott. But the way I see it, as of right now, going to training camp, Boston Scott has to make this team for special teams. And it's going to leave 1 spot open, Wendell Smallwood or Corey Clement. They are going to be the most affected by Darren Sproles coming back. I think that Corey Clement has more value on the trade market, so I think the Eagles may shop him around, and I think at the end of the day, I would not be surprised if Corey Clement gets traded for a cheap pick or something like that, and then the Eagles keep Wendell Smallwood. Now, what's interesting, and I posted this on Twitter, I had a strangest dream, like Friday night, Saturday morning, the night we signed Darren Sproles. I had the dream that the Eagles made a huge trade. I had a dream that the Eagles took Big V, a 2nd-round pick, and Corey Clement, and they traded him to Los Angeles. Then they traded him to the Chargers. Then the Chargers turned around and sent Melvin Gordon and a 1st-round pick to the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans send us Jadeveon Clowney. Now, I know this is just a dream, but it was like so real. I was like, oh my gosh. And if it happens, you got to give me credit, but I don't think it's going to happen. But the whole thing that I got out of that dream was that Corey Clement was getting traded. And that's what I think is going to happen. And I think that dream stemmed from me thinking about this stuff before I went to bed, what the Eagles are going to do with Sproles or what they're going to do with Clement and Smallwood. And if I had to guess today right now, I would say I expect Corey Clement to be the odd man out here. Not just because the Eagles don't like him or he's not good, but I think he does present some sort of trade value on the market, and I could see them getting a late pick for him or something like that. If my dream came true, that would be awesome. But look, my dream doesn't mean anything except for it was a dream, and that Corey Clement was going to be the guy that get moved. That's what I think anyways. Now, no matter what happens, it's going to be fascinating to watch the running back position during training camp. It's just one more thing to grab your attention. It really is. But like I said, when it's all said and done, or if I had to project the 53-man roster and I was projecting the running backs right now, I would say Howard, Sanders, Sproles, Smallwood, Boston Scott. Those would be your running backs, and I think they would move Corey Clement for a late-round pick somewhere, wherever they could get value. That's just my guess. We don't know. We're going to have to see these guys battle it out. But that last running back spot, in my opinion, is where the battle is going to take place at the running back position this camp. So with that said, let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking about this whole running back situation and who we're going to keep, who we're going to get rid of? Do you think the Eagles made the right call in keeping Darren Sproles? A lot of people don't. I'm okay with it as long as he has something left and as long as they have a plan. So, with that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.